I used to have 47 trading strategies saved on my computer. Courses, indicators, secret setups. 47. And I want to tell you why I finally stopped looking for the perfect strategy, because chasing it was the most expensive mistake of my whole trading life. Not in money, though it cost me that too. In years. In confidence. So if you are still hunting for the one system that fixes everything, give me the next few minutes. This might save you the years it cost me. Let me show you what my folder looked like, because you might recognize it. There was a folder called New Setup Final. Next to it, New Setup Final version 2. Then, this one actually works. Inside were courses I watched once, indicators I used for 3 days, screenshots of some stranger's chart I never understood. I thought that folder was proof I was serious. But one night I looked at it honestly, and I realized it was not a library. It was a graveyard. A graveyard of every strategy one quit before it ever had a chance to work. Here was my cycle. Step 1, I find a new strategy. Step 2, I feel that rush of hope. This is the one. Step 3, I trade it for a week. Step 4, I hit 2 or 3 losses in a row. Step 5, I decide it is broken and go back to searching. New indicator. New course. New guru with a bigger promise. Every red trade sent me back to the drawing board. And the whole time I told myself I was being smart. But I was not improving. I was running in a circle, and calling the circle progress. Then came the night that changed everything. I could not sleep, so I went back through those 47 strategies, one by one. And something hit me like a punch to the chest. At least 3 of them had actually worked. There were steady stretches, calm decisions, results I would be proud of today. And I had abandoned every single one after a small losing streak. Sitting there in the dark, the truth landed. The strategy was never the problem. I was the problem. I never followed anything long enough to let it work. The search had been feeding me 3 lies, and spotting them is how you get free. Lie 1. A perfect strategy exists, and your job is to find it. But no strategy wins every time. Even the best method loses a real chunk of the time, because the market is uncertain by nature. Lie 2. The more indicators you know, the better you trade. But past a basic level, more tools do not make you calmer, they make you louder inside. And lie 3, the most expensive. If it is losing, it is broken. But every good strategy has losing streaks. That is just how probability breathes. So if the strategies were fine, why did I keep searching? Here is the uncomfortable answer. I was not looking for a better strategy. I was avoiding a harder truth. Searching felt productive, but it was a way to dodge the real work, which was fixing my own discipline. A new strategy is exciting. Sitting with your own impatience is not. So I kept reaching for the exciting thing, because it let me avoid the boring, painful thing. My endless search was never ambition. It was avoidance, wearing a very convincing costume. Now you might be thinking, but what if my strategy really is bad? Fair question. So here is how to tell. First, sample size. 3 or 5 trades tell you nothing. You need dozens before the numbers mean anything. And second, the honest one. Did you actually follow the rules every time, or did you tweak it, skip trades, and move your stops. Most strategies never truly fail. They just never get followed. So before you blame the method, ask if you gave it a fair trial, or a rigged one. So I did something that felt terrifying. I picked one method. Not the best one, just one I understood completely. And I made a promise out loud. I will trade only this, exactly as written, for the next 50 trades. No switching. No new indicators. No matter how many losses come. And for the first time in my trading life, I was not testing a strategy. I was testing whether I could follow one. That was the only experiment that had ever really mattered. And here is what happened, and it surprised me. My results did not transform because the strategy was magic. They steadied because I finally stopped sabotaging myself. When you follow one method long enough, you begin to see its real rhythm. You learn which losing streaks are normal, and which are noise. You cannot see any of that when you jump ship after every third red trade. Consistency was never something the strategy gave me. It was something I gave the strategy, by finally staying. So this is the shift that changed everything. Stop collecting strategies. Start mastering the trader. A simple, average method you follow with real discipline will quietly beat a perfect one you abandon at the first sign of pain. The perfect strategy does not exist. And even if it did, it could not save a trader who will not stay in the seat long enough to use it. The edge was never in the system. It was always in the steadiness of the person running it. It was always in you. So here is your one habit for tonight, and it is uncomfortable in the best way. Pick your one method. The one you already have know works. Then write a single sentence and put it where you trade. I will not change this for the next 30 trades, no matter what. That is it. You are not committing to a strategy. You are committing to becoming someone who can follow one. And that person is worth more than any setup you will ever download. And if you are looking at a folder full of half-tried systems right now, hear this. You are not lazy, and you are not alone. This whole industry is built to sell you the next perfect thing, because it is easier to sell than patience. That is why the quiet community around this channel exists. No hype, no signals to buy, no promises. The free link is in the description. So do future you a favor, subscribe, and tell me below, how many half-tried strategies are in your folder right now. Because you were never one strategy away from success. You were one decision away. The decision to finally stay. See you in the next one.